It's not computer graphics or a joke of neural networks. It's a real place of accident in Nikolaevka village near Taganrog. A luxury Mercedes 600 smashed the wall of a private house and ruined 2 rooms, one of which was a children's one. Fortunately, the owners of the house weren't there at that time. The drunk daughter of the famous criminal group leader of Kushchyovskaya Sergey Tsapok Anastasia was driving the car. Friends were in the car. The same kind of people are the major. Immediately after the accident, young people tried to get the case in place. And they were sure that they would succeed. They threatened the witnesses. But, as they say, not this time. The footage went online and everyone found out about it. The mayor got involved. The Novosibirsk major street racers are also not under the law. They drive around the city in fully toned cars without numbers. Often by the intersection. Or on the sidewalks and embankments, where people walk. They post their rides on the internet, and wonder how easily they get away from the pursuit of patrols and how they cover the DPS inspectors with a mat. You can't trust anyone. I'm a man, you see. You're FNG punk, you're running into us, you're FNG businessman. All the majors, all this golden youth, don't give AF. This is former assistant to the deputy of Nizhny Novgorod, Oleg Shcheglov, an Afro-Russian, a network star. He was famous for his epic trips to public places and trips around the city on the BTR. Here he breaks the door and breaks the local medical center. And here is a shot of his debauchery in a confectionery, where he broke in half naked. Not only does he have everything in hand, but he also boasts of his acquaintances and connections. I managed to avoid the consequences of my fatal outbursts, because there are people to turn to. Here is one of the most fashionable young actresses of Russian cinema, Aglaya Tarasova, who pulls a vape at a party in Israel accompanied by the agents of the Russophobe. The fugitive ex-banker Tinkov and the comedian Slipakov. I played, I danced, I got undressed under my nose. And a few days later, in Russia, at the Domodedovo airport, in the things that flew from Israel, the Aglaya found this very vape. And with a ban. 0.4 grams of gas oil, which is considered a significant amount. Up to 10 years of deprivation. Now the Aglaya has a criminal case on the article about drug smuggling. But the actress is not waiting in the detention center, as many Russians would prefer, but at home. I'm sure that if there was another person in her place, the system would not be so loyal. He would be immediately sent under surveillance. I know a lot of such cases. The tragic story of the model Maria Kovalchuk raged throughout the country. The girl was on the hospital bed after she had been to the party of the Russian majors in Dubai. She survived miraculously. In the fractures of her legs and spine she blames her new friends. They had my passport in their room. And the police knew what happened, my name and so on. These guys later said that they thought I was dead. Watch next. How rich and famous children become heroes of scandals with a criminal soul. My children go crazy because they have nothing more to want. What did the mother of the DTP-affected daughter of Tsapok's authority offer in silence? An exclusive interview with the owner of the destroyed house. They came out of the car and threw a club. Why did the daughter of the actress Ksenia Rapoport, Aglaya Tarasova, bring drugs across the border? Did she really think that she would get nothing for it? There is authority, influence, administrative resources, connections. Why did Bari Alibasov Jr., under the guise of an immersive online theater, open a webcam studio, and how does he earn on entertainment for adults? Bari, as a man with a practical PR education, calculated everything. Why did the son of the star of the TV series The Bandit Petersburg get millions of dollars from his friends and colleagues? And why doesn't he give it back? He's still looking for himself. He's a good guy. What's going on at the private parties of the golden youth in Dubai? Why do the majors feel like the masters of life? And how do their parents encourage their crimes? Exclusive footage. Watch it right now, only on Ren TV. Baby, you drove so well. That's the first thing the Mercedes passenger, friend of Anastasia Tsapok, said after the girl smashed the wall of a private house near Taganrog. The owner of the half-destroyed cottage heard these words with his own ears. It was incredible, but the majors were very happy about the situation, and they were sincerely happy with what they had done. There were 3 people in the car, and judging by their behavior, everyone was very happy. They were here, the car was in the corner. The girl was behind the wheel, and two guys, then one. They were dancing, kissing, he was drinking, they were drinking tobacco. According to the preliminary information of the Taganrog DPS, before the accident, the car Anastasia Tsapok was driving along the streets of Nikolaevka at a speed of 140 km per hour, with a speed limit of 60. But the fast ride is a common thing for Anastasia. In the last 3 years, she broke the 169-time rule. Mostly, she was speeding. The total amount of fines was over 200,000 rubles. Now Anastasia will have no rights. After medical examination, she was charged with an administrative case for an article about not sober driving. It's a feeling of impunity multiplied by psychoactive substances. Plus, they show off in front of each other. You can break this car, and I'll break this one. The possibilities are wide, but they prefer to get emotions through destructive behavior, knowing that their parents will deny it. The owner of the house didn't apologize to Anastasia or her companions. But a few hours later, Anastasia's mother, Angela Maria, came to visit. These are exclusive footage. The woman examined the damage to the building and immediately moved on to the case. She offers to solve the issue lovingly, that is, for money. How much do you charge? I don't know. Do you have such a thing? Angela Maria never appeared at the scene of the accident. The owner of the cottage knows who he is dealing with, and is preparing for the worst. Are you afraid that everything will be ruined? Well, it will be ruined, but what? I will restore everything for my money. I will sell what I can sell. I'm Winter Pineapple, I won't be like that at the beginning, right? Angela Maria is the widow of former head of the Kushchyovskaya CPSU. But since 2021, neither she nor her daughter have this last name. Now both are Adeline Ferrer. Sergey Tsapok was arrested after the murder of the farmer's family, Sergey Amatov, in November 2010. 12 people, including children, were the victims of the head cutting. The gang of Tsapok was holding the Kushchyovskaya and its surroundings in fear. The court sentenced the leader to life imprisonment. On July 7, 2014, Tsapok died of a stroke in the Krasnodar detention center. It was a very serious group. The Kushchyovskaya district was completely under Tsapok's control. No one dared to sneeze without his knowledge. He paid the taxes. He paid the businessmen. They were all paying him. Since 2018, Sergey Tsapok's heirs have become the owners of a huge estate. The Krasnodar court returned Angela Maria's family mansion, luxury Porsche Panamera, and took the arrest from the bank account. It had $5.5 million, or 343,750,000 rubles, on the exchange rate at the time. Judging by the footage from the personal pages of social networks, both the mother and daughter found a worthy use for the money. New expensive cars, gorgeous hotels, all attributes of luxury life. Black sports Mercedes AMG, on which Anastasia has run a private house, has been on her photos in social networks since 2022. Now the cost of such a model is no less than 20 million rubles. Before that, the girl was driving a red Mercedes E-Class. And here Anastasia is having fun by putting her dog in the driver's seat. Come on, step on it, step on it. There she goes, there she goes. Did you turn the music up? It's an open call to society, to say, I will do what I want, and you all. But you all don't give me orders. I don't care about your laws, about the general human order, and about all, how to say, concepts. And the daughter saw her father, saw his behavior. That's all. She absorbed it all. And she thinks she's untouchable, too. Of course, the name Tsapok makes everyone tremble. Because, of course, the gang was serious, scared everyone seriously. And perhaps her remains are still somewhere underground. Why did the majors try to twist the numbers before the arrival of the GI? Who was in the car with Anastasia at the time of the accident near Taganrog? And how did he want to pay off? The star of the gang and the interns, the young actress of the film, the daughter of the well-known Ksenia Rapoport and the rich entrepreneur Aglaya Tarasova, shared the scenes of her life. Her childhood and youth were like in a fairy tale, she always lived on a wide foot. Her mother helped her with her career, her father helped her with her finances. Aglaya was traveling the world, not giving up on anything. If it was a new bag, it was Chanel. If it was a holiday in honor of her birthday, then the whole restaurant was bought out. The last one Aglaya celebrated in a Moscow restaurant called Memo. And these shots were shot in her apartment in the center of Moscow, on the small Nikitskaya street, even before the drug scandal. Gorgeous shacks with a square of 140 square meters. 3 rooms, luxury renovation, a huge kitchen with 2 refrigerators. In one wine, in another face masks. I'm a big fan of these fabric masks. In the morning, before shooting, I'm very tired. Now Aglaya is under house arrest in this apartment. She is on trial until the hearing on November 3rd. From midnight to 6 a.m. Aglaya can't leave the apartment. Her friend, actor Anton Filipenko, came to Aglaya. He is sure that everything will be fine with Aglaya. She's so cheerful, she has a fighting spirit. She's strong, yes. For this apartment, the actress pays a mortgage of 125 million rubles. 1 million a month, starting from 2022. Good thing, the earnings allowed it. But she has more than one. There are more square meters in the 3-pond alley. Also the very center of the capital. Elite district. Simple 2 beds in this house cost from 45 million. Until recently, Aglaya was one of the most in-demand actresses in Russia. According to the producers who worked with her, the fee for the shooting shift started from 300,000 rubles. One project, a film or a series, brought her from 9 to 18 million. The money flowed from advertising contracts. Aglaya is the face of a famous cosmetics manufacturer and one of the largest silk operators in the country. It won't work. It's even a criminal case. If it doesn't take action, it will either hire a PR specialist, or it will become a time machine. Because everyone knows that over time, even the most negative events are forgotten. Unfortunately or fortunately. Ksenia Rapoport's mother came to support her daughter. She owns luxurious square meters in Moscow, in the old Konashin alley, for 190 million rubles, and a 2-story villa in Italian San Felice Circio, for €1 million. Rapoport has lived in 3 countries for more than 3 years. In Russia, Italy, and Israel. From the first days of the special operation, the actress clearly expressed her position on social networks. Now my youngest daughter will wake up, and before I take her to school, I will have to tell her that our country has started a war. I am very ashamed and very scared. I am against war. Who came to Tarasova's apartment while she was under house arrest? Will Ksenia Rapoport be able to help with her connections and soften the sentence of Aglaya, or even get her out of prison? Clubs are only fashionable. Auto parties are exclusively on yachts. And the longer, the better. This is how the golden youth from Russia is being torn away in Dubai. Dating in 5-star hotels is hidden from the eyes of outsiders. Several new people for a week, news of the scandalous party of the major was not coming from the Russian and UAE news media. After that, the 21-year-old model Maria Kovalchuk was almost dead. A taxi driver was found near the construction site with numerous injuries lying on the road. She was barely alive. In the hospital, Maria was diagnosed with fractures of the spine, arms, legs, clavicles, cut and torn head wounds. According to the doctors, she could have received such injuries after falling from a height. But how did she end up on the construction site? Was she pushed or the girl fell herself? To be honest, when she was hit from the outside. I mean, with her hands, legs, but with stupid, hard objects. It's impossible for her to inflict such injuries on herself. It doesn't happen that there are bodily injuries all over the body because of the fall. Maria had 10 surgeries. For almost a week and a half, the girl was in a coma. When she came to her senses, she told us that she had become a victim of young people who she was hanging out with in the fashionable Hotel 5 Jumeirah village in Dubai. We recorded an exclusive interview with Maria. She described the meeting with new acquaintances, children of Russian businessmen, in the smallest details. Here they are, Alexandra Mertsalova. Her name was registered with the number Lux. Her father, Anton Mertsalov, co-owner and director of the large Capital Family Medical Center. Milena Dolganova, daughter of entrepreneur David Dolganova. And finally, Artem Papazov, whose father, Oleg, is the owner of the popular franchise of the Café Pecorin network. Papazo. family lives in Dubai. According to Maria, it was Artem who met her at the karaoke bar. And then, when he met her in the hotel lobby, he invited her to a great room where they continued the evening with the whole company. And he offered to join his company and go up to the room. So I used this offer. He said that we could all go to my father's private jet together and spend time together in Thailand. The first few days we had a normal conversation. There was champagne and beer. Then for the second day the guys went for a beer and whiskey. And that's how it all started. That's the most incomprehensible part. The incomprehensible part is threats and blackmail. According to Maria, she didn't like her new friends drinking. The guys started acting aggressively, and then there were threats like, "You belong to us, we'll do whatever we want with you." And then they started breaking bottles, threatening the floor was covered in glass, it was impossible to walk. We met with Alexandra Merkelova to find out if it's true that she and her friends scared Maria. And if so, why? But Alexandra has her own version of what happened in the luxury of events. Before the start of the conversation, the girl warned us that she would be doing a stream with an interview. There's a lot of news, I'm shocked, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be very interesting. According to Alexandra, there was no alcohol in the room. She had no video or photo from the party. She said she didn't shoot. Although the company spent more than a day in the room. A couple of frames were posted on social networks by her friends. Here they are. But then they quickly deleted them. Alexandra swears that no one touched Maria with their finger. But Maria herself, on the other hand, behaved inadequately. Even at some point, she allegedly tried to jump off the balcony. Next, look at what really happened in a 5-star hotel. Who's lying? Why did the majors take away Maria's passport and things? How did the model end up on the construction site? Who beat her up? And also, how the son of the famous producer Barry Alabasov in the guise of an immersive online theater makes money on porn business. And why not be afraid of being imprisoned for it? Who and why did actress Aglaya Tarasova bring drugs to Russia? And will Ksenia Rapoport's mother be able to help to soften the sentence? Watch it right now, only on. This is Alexandra Merkelova, the owner of a luxury hotel in Dubai, where the golden youth from Russia was staying. After that, the model Maria Kovalchuk was in the hospital with numerous fractures. Alexandra shows her smartphone with the only video she shot. But before the company went to the room, friends are swimming in the pool of the hotel, they are dancing right in the clothes. In the video, Kovalchuk poses with Milena Dolganova, both in scarves. Everything is very peaceful and noble. Everything is fine, they are shooting a video, everything is cool, she smiles. You can see once again that Masha, her emotions, I will even bring them closer now, she is very strong. She was talking to Milena. She's so happy and doesn't let anything go. It's strange that not a single shot was made inside the room. Because the same company of majors is resting in karaoke the day before the party. They shoot everything in a row and definitely post it on the network. And how else? If they didn't post it, it means that there was nothing. Packs for $500,000, gorgeous yachts worth 6.5 million rubles a day, dinners in Michelin restaurants at the best world resorts. Guys, I'm in a fairy tale. The sun is shining, and life is screaming. Beauty.
Oh my god! Alexandra is not hiding that she and her friends understood perfectly well who they invited to the party. Maria's photo is on the website of modeling agencies and on the portals for adults, where the girl appears in frank poses. She has very interesting content. A low social girl. The guys had an impression of what she was doing, and they already had an impression in their heads that she could really be an escort. Among the escort girls, the golden youth in Dubai is looking for the participants of their so-called porta potty party, where models are paid for humiliation and bullying. The more money, the more the limits of the allowed. But Alexandra Merkelova assures that Maria Kovalchuk, they invited to the number just like that. And there was no talk of violence for money. All this time we were just talking, swimming, listening to music. There was nothing like that. She stayed in our hotel room to sleep. There was a lot of space there. It was a huge luxury. Maria Kovalchuk tells another story. She says she felt pressure which caused her to panic. In addition, new acquaintances took away her documents, after which the case allegedly reached the hands of the plaintiffs. Alexandra Merzalova started putting on my clothes that were in the room. She started to disassemble my suitcase, including the passport that they had taken away. She started to change clothes. Then she hit me in the face and put on my dress and just left the room. Alexandra tells this story in a completely different way. After the pool, her clothes were wet. And then the daughter of an influential businessman from Russia politely asked her friend for a change. She needed to go to her apartments, which she rented in Dubai, in addition to the hotel. In a bathrobe, she would look strange. Masha came to us, of course, with a suitcase, with things. She had everything with her. She had a new dress. She says, "Sasha, I see that you are cold, you are shivering. How are you going to put on?" And I say to her, "You can, please, if you don't mind, I'll take your dress. If you need, let me even give you money for the dress, how much it costs you." It was brand new. She says, "No, I don't need anything for this dress. Just take it, you'll be back anyway." That's it, I left calmly. While Alexandra was gone, the most interesting thing started in the room. According to the friends, Maria started to get hysterical. Milena calls me and says, "Sasha, this is a nightmare. She's starting to behave inappropriately. She even wanted to jump off the balcony." We stopped her with the guys, and I heard it all. She started saying, "Guys, I don't want to live this life anymore." It was very strange that she doesn't want to live and she just wants to get killed. Especially from the room she was assigned to me. I mean, it's just a nightmare. And I come and ask the guys, where is she? She ran away. I mean, where did she run away? She ran away from the hotel. Maria Kovalchuk says she ran away from despair on the balcony. The girl was very scared and didn't know how to get out of the room. There were no other options. I entered the next room through the fence. I was hoping that someone was there, and I could call for help. My attempt failed. There was no one there. The guys dragged me back. After that, I ran out of the room. It was a convenient moment. They fled. I ran inside and ran out of the room. After running out of the hotel, Maria decided to hide in the building nearby. And it was a mistake. Then I was in a state of panic. I ran, just ran, where my eyes could see. And then I decided that it would be safer for me to just hide and wait, because I knew that they were following me. What happened next? Why did Maria get into the hospital with fractures in her legs, arms, and spine? What did the security guard see? What did the cameras of the hotel's video surveillance record? Why did they find a girl on the road? And how did the investigation of the Dubai police end? This is Russia, Nizhny Novgorod. A regular room in the form of a chair, clothes hangers, a bed. But there is a camera, a light, and a big monitor next to the bedroom. Why? In this room, the son of a famous Russian music producer, Boris Alabasov Jr., arranged the so-called immersive theater. The bed is a stage for the actors, or rather, the actress. The broadcast is broadcasted from all over the world through the camera. From the USA, Europe, Japan. Everything that happens reminds of a webcam studio, where girls undress and get money from the subscribers for it. But Barry assures that everything is different for him, and calls new actresses to his theater. You don't need any professional skills. We work according to Stanislavski's system and choose images for your life experience. And even if you can't get into the troupe in a month, you will leave the immersive theater as a specialist with a salary of at least $100 a month. Each girl has her own image in the theater. Artist, dancer, musician, fitness trainer. Each has its own legend. If the actress can work 40 hours a week, Alabasov promises a salary of $200,000 per month. If the girl has an increased demand, the income can grow. The most experienced in the troupe get over $300,000. Most of all, they pay when the client orders communication in a single chat. When the actress is with the audience in a chat, she brings, probably, half of the money, 50%. The essence of a paid chat is that you will be one-on-one. And in a paid chat, you are required to withdraw money. $3 per minute. So, After 10 minutes of communication, she earned $30. It's just that, in PR terms, black becomes white. They say, you will not be a webcam model, you will be an actress of an international project. And you think, for example, a girl, oh, I won't go to OnlyFans. But an actress of an international project, damn, why not? Son of Livasov admits that when clients order one-on-one communication, anything can happen. The client pays, he orders music. In paid chat, the audience has the opportunity to turn on their own camera. And you can see your audience and hear him. And here the strawberry begins. I have no opinion about this power. And because of that, when girls come to work, they must know that they will not see any male dignity on the first day of work. Well, it's obvious what he came up with. But this is open pornography, which is prohibited. No matter what you call it, it's pornography. Therefore, a criminal case must be initiated, investigated, and in fact, he must be punished. Therefore, here too, it is necessary to bring order. It does not matter who your parents are, who your father is. The law is the same for everyone. Look further. How did Bari Alavasov Jr. get insured not to go to jail for spreading pornography? It does not matter what you call them. It is important what actually happens. To survive in Dubai. Who broke the legs, hands, and spine of the model Kovalchuk? And how did the investigation of the police of the Emirates end? Of course, she was killed. She was killed very cruelly. Will Ksenia Rappaport be able to save her daughter from prison? The star of the film The Clowns and the series The Interns, Aglaya Tarasova? At the moment, it can be stated that Aglaya's career, with a 99% chance, may be over. Why did the driver and the fireman of elite cars Mikhail Litvin not get punished for buying a military ticket? I bought a military ticket. No, we'll insert this, of course. How much do you owe for the ticket? Who else was in the car of the daughter of Rostovan on Tsapok when she was drunk and at full speed smashed the residential building? What money did he offer? And how did he try to get this case? Watch it right now only on REN TV. This is Nikolaevka village near Taganrog. This is the house where the drunk daughter of the famous Kushchyovskaya criminal group leader, Anastasia Tsapok, was driving her Mercedes. A huge hole in the wall was covered with film. The night accident took the whole village to the scene. This woman saw the drunk company before they got in the car and left. One passenger was especially happy, and he was running around, laughing. She couldn't get him into the car. Then, they somehow went that way, and then from the whole side, they flew in at high speed. And this seller Larka observed how the same company of majors was already getting out of the car. After the accident, we run up. The girl gets out of the car, her boyfriend gets out of the car, and I see blood dripping from his head. I say that I called 112 because I was scared. He panicked, with his eyes closed, ran up to me like, "Don't call anywhere." They start to take away documents, alcohol, but they start to hide everything. They take their numbers off the car, hide them behind the house, hide them. They said, "Now mom will come, mom will decide everything. But we don't care who to take a bath. From us or from the cops. Mom will come, mom will give us money." The eyewitnesses told the Rostov media that one of the Mercedes passengers shouted all the way that he was allegedly the prosecutor's son and threatened the DPS employees. He promised to put everyone on their knees if he and Anastasia had any problems. The owner of the house offered $350,000 to close the case. He said he would bring the money the next day. But no one else in the village saw the young man. According to the DTP's comment, our crew went to Rostov-on-Don, to the same mansion on Portova Street, which was confiscated after Sergey Tsapok was arrested, and then returned to his wife, Antelia Maria. No one opened the door for us. According to the neighbors, it's not that easy to get inside. They should have armed guards there. It used to be like that. I see them in the morning. Either they come or leave. Angela Maria, the owner of the house where her drunk daughter had a fight, was no longer in touch. According to Nikolai, the woman offered him compensation for losses of 500,000 rubles. He thought the amount was too small. The cottage is not suitable for living. Now Nikolai is collecting documents for an examination to assess the real damage and in parallel prepares a lawsuit to run and hide. According to 21-year-old model Maria Kovalchuk, it was the only thought after she managed to get out of the Dubai hotel, where the conflict with the company of the majors arose. I ran and saw an unfinished building and hid there. I don't remember what floor it was, but I just climbed up there, sat there for a while, for a long time, and then I heard voices. I realized it was those guys. At some point, I just had a memory loss. And the next frame I remember how I was lying on the ground and asking for help. There were such flashbacks, where a taxi driver was trying to talk to me. The only thing I asked for was help. Did someone pursue Maria or not? How did the girl leave the hotel? How did she get such terrible injuries? The cameras and video surveillance could answer these questions. But, due to strange circumstances, there was a failure in the hotel's security system at night. The hotel told us, of course, we wanted to see the video, how it came out. The hotel told us that these video recordings simply did not save. The camera did not record at that moment. It's a pity, but there is no evidence that it came out calmly, unfortunately. And this is very unusual for Dubai, especially for a 5-star luxury hotel that worries about the safety of its customers and controls any movement of guests, both inside and outside the building. In general, in Dubai, there is almost 100% of the crimes were committed because there were cameras around. And here, a lot of time has passed, so something does not coincide in its history. The Dubai police conducted its own investigation, did not find the culprits, and closed the case for the absence of the crime. Maria was paid compensation from the Emirates for the injuries, 15 million rubles. This is the practice of Dubai. The reputation of the state is above all. That is, if the investigation is in vain, the victims get money. Maria undergoes rehabilitation in a clinic in Norway. They should have a perfect country where everything is good. Therefore, of course, it is better to give money, and that everyone forgets about it. The decent girls had nothing to do in this pit of corruption in these Arab Emirates. Why the hell go there for the golden youth? Where is alcohol, drugs? Where is corruption? You have nothing to do there. Here is the result. She went, and what is the result? The topic of drugs is the main topic in the criminal case of the young star of Russian cinema, Aglaya Tarasova, who is accused of smuggling gas oil. Our filming crew came to Aglaya. The girl practically does not leave the house, even to the store. She uses delivery and regularly welcomes guests, colleagues from the acting workshop. Here is actor Philip Yershov. The door is opened by the code. I'm filming. Here. I don't know what. Who are you? Dante, Russian Hollywood star and ex-husband of Ksenia Rapoport, Yuri Kolokolnikov, is also here. He came to support. Don't ask me to tell you everything. I don't want to. Let people guess. Okay, you answer the question. How does she feel now? Don't cry. Here is Ksenia Rapoport herself. She avoids cameras, considering all the circumstances. Ksenia Alexandrovna, why are you leaving? Ksenia Alexandrovna, tell me, why did Aglaya try to bring the gas oil? Young man, I'm not Aglaya, don't you see? 0.4 grams, when it comes to gas oil, is the difference between large and small. 0.4 plus is smuggling across the border. It's already there. From 3 to 5, you can sit down. But we understand that we have actors. This is a white bone, they will eat it. And of course she won't go to prison. Who was Aglaya Tarasova's illegal product? Why doesn't she leave her apartment in the center of Moscow? And who in the Russian film industry has already refused to work with her? This is Kaliningrad. The son of the famous producer Bari Alibasov shows us his own child. Immersive Theater, a network of online studios where girls play roles in front of a webcam. For money, Alibasov Jr. promises young actresses international recognition. Here he goes to visit a new one. A week later, as it was arranged, he goes to the project. Barry communicates with her in English so that the girl remains in the image. Most of the audience are foreigners. "Oh my God, my dear, you are so cute. And these drawings are just beautiful." The girl tells that her clients are mostly mature men under 40. Among them, there are many scientists, IT men. There is a couple of musicians. One for 60. "I just love all kinds of classics dance. I stretch my mood. I train. I finish the dance. Show me how you dance." "Me? Yes. Oh, you're going to pay me for that?" In fact, the Russian side of the immersive theater of Ali Basov Jr. is nothing more than a recruiting agency, where he attracts girls to his business. Communication with the model is available only on the foreign platform. For attention webcam, and the actresses of the Ali Basov Theater are among thousands of other girls. Look, the same location, the same artist, the same bed. To make sure that this is exactly Ali Basov's model, go to the Telegram bot with his actresses. And we see the same girl's photo. And here is the Telegram channel of the theater itself. In one of the posts, the younger Barry congratulates one of the actresses on her birthday. We find her photo through the search and get to the private page of the site for adults, where the button is active. Click here to have sex with Yelva Arno. This is the nickname of the actress Alavasova. We click and find ourselves on the webcam studio portal, where the same location and the same bed again. The administrator checks the duration of the date and the amount of donations. The money is split in half. 50% is taken by the theater, 50% by the actress. One of the former employees of the Libasov Theater confirms that the work is no different from the usual webcam. The client transfers the amount, and the girl, if she wants to earn, is obliged to fulfill all his desires. Girls earn as much as they can. There are no specific conditions for donation. And girls aged 18, 19, 20. They fulfill everything that is ordered by the virtual man. It's really like a porn industry. Barya Alabasov is 100% sure of the law. He's calm because he found a trap. Came up with a special business registration scheme. Alabasov simply provides services for renting rooms and equipment. And then he makes a lot of bribes. Every actress who comes to the theater for me is essentially the tenant of my premises and equipment. He pays the rent. Therefore, before the legislation, I am absolutely clean, because I have nothing to do with the earnings of the girls. Indeed, it seems so. Experienced lawyer Alexander Triskov explains, if the law enforcement officers take up the case, no disguise of Alabasov Jr. will save him. According to all parameters, his immersive theater is a real webcam studio that deals with porn business. It doesn't matter what you call it, and what form you give it to this phenomenon. What really happens is important. A prison is created where a woman is provided with services. I am sure that if tax authorities dig there, law enforcement agencies will appear there. A whole bunch of crimes. And Article 241 of the Criminal Code and Article 242. That is, the organization of a prison for prostitution. The creation of pornographic content is punished for 2 years of deprivation of freedom and evasion of taxes, which is most often the case, and so on. So, these are real crimes that can be sent to prison. Well, it's probably time to put an end to this exciting career of this young entrepreneur. Barya Alabasov has already opened 14 such studios throughout Russia. He is especially proud of the location in Kaliningrad. He chose a house with history. This is a building from 1870. This was the first German model tour. Then the building belonged to the Luftwaffe barracks in 1945. In the German war zone, the Red Army was created. Since 2020, the Red Army has been in webcam studios. A phrase about Freud. Alabasov himself called his theater a webcam studio, but he tried to justify it right away. Most people associate webcam studios as a protest, a massage. They play for real, they are actresses. And immersive means that a person is involved in the performance. It means it's immersive, because the audience is different. No matter what the aristocrats are, there are a third of them who come and talk. And they only have one goal. It's no longer interesting to porn. Look at the following: the notes, the gifts, any documents in the deposit, which Arseny Litvinov promised his colleagues at the workshop when he borrowed millions. Why doesn't he give the money? And why does his father, the star of the Bandit Petersburg, Vladimir Litvinov, outstrip his son? He's a good guy. But most people who are not an authority for me, their opinion interests me. Why the crazy racer Litvin did not pay the price for buying a military ticket? He's getting away from the army and playing expensive weddings. He's a very strange person. Will actress Aglaya Tarasova be able to avoid a term for drug smuggling? Will her famous mother help her? Watch it right now only on Aryan TV. Meet the young actor Arseny, son of the honored Russian artist, the star of the Bandit Petersburg series Vladimir Litvinov. He collected 10 million rubles from his friends, acquaintances, and colleagues. Since 2023, the young man has been taking in debt and not giving it back. Out of 16 creditors, no one was able to return their money entirely. It is noteworthy that in April 2017, a criminal case was already filed against Litvinov Jr. According to the article of fraud. Then Arseny stole a camera from a friend. He received a year conditionally. It helped that he confessed his guilt and repented. There are people for whom it is even easy to be under house arrest or under the subscription of a non-exit, and then get a conditionally term. This is enough for a person to understand that he will no longer commit a crime. And someone, on the contrary, let's say, eagerly approaches his life, his fate, and, getting under real terms, under real arrests, perceives it as a game and as, let's say, his fortified state, and begins to continue. Now there are many more victims of Arseny's exodus. He was taking money under different pretexts. As a guarantee, he gave receipts. He took from 100,000 to 5 million. He left someone a passport as a deposit. To return the document, he transferred a small amount to a person. He did not return the debt completely. He fed on promises. I was waiting for the day when everything would be fine and I would return everything. Until the moment when you came to me, I was working too. I still have my problems besides you. Arseny just periodically made such a money sharing. Once every 6 months, 1,000 times and a half. And that's it. He wrote me a gift for his apartment. That is, he wrote me a note. He gave me his passport for some time. That I would not go anywhere. Everything was okay. The police couldn't help the victims. They gave them money, but they didn't know how to take it. 2 creditors tried to get their debts through the court. And he even stood up to the victims. But the prisoners had nothing to take from Arseny. No property, no official work. Father, actor Vladimir Litvinov, in an interview with our program, admitted that he saw nothing of the sort in his son's actions, but in the justification of the claims of the creditors. It's worth looking into his opinion. He's still looking for himself. He's not just a good guy. Most people who are not an authority for me, and their opinions don't interest me, are people who write something. That's all that concerns my son. No one knows the truth, and no one will know. The epitome of blogger Mikhail Litvin, who was famous for his crazy races and burning elite cars live, once again proved that there are no laws for him. In 2018, he boasted of an unusual purchase on the internet. Here it is, a military ticket with a record of the release from the call, and the transfer to the reserve with the category V. That is, it is limited. I bought a military ticket. No, we'll put it in, of course. How much did you pay for the ticket? The prosecutor's office noticed this recording in 2025. The military was immediately canceled, and the blogger's relationship began with a check on the article. About the fake documents. Litvin moved to the Emirates in time. But in a month, he appeared in the capital. And how? He celebrated a gorgeous wedding in the Villa Machette. The world-famous newspapers wrote that he had spent more than 100 million rubles for the celebration. And this is without the mention of the bride's gift, luxury Lamborghini worth 40 million. The host of the ceremony was Dmitry Nagia. Fashionable rappers Goof, Makin and Nevai performed before the guests. He has a huge number of sins behind him. He has deceived a huge number of people. But this beautiful life will bring him to prison. And those who start to steal money, they will get caught. I'm sure Litman will soon or later sit down. And for a long time. Aglaya Tarasova is waiting for her time. 3 days after her arrest in her apartment in Maria Kovalchuk, she went out with her mother. To answer all our questions, she said nothing. Aglaya, why did you do the smuggling of gas oil? You said it was for treatment. You were on drugs for 20 years. And you were on drugs for 10 years. Did your family name help you? The third part of the film, The Sons, was recently started. Aglaya was supposed to play the main role. But Tarasova wasn't on the photo shooting groups and social networks, as well as on the list of the project's participants, which was published on his page by the actor Alexander Samolenko. But then another actress appeared, Anna Kushchyovskaya, the actor of Grisha, the young, overeducated major, actor Milos Bykovic. By the way, Aglaya's ex-boyfriend said that the new part of the French was about, quote, personal and spiritual growth. Aglaya Tarasova apparently doesn't fit this concept.